Hi again, everybody. Bill Phillips here on a Tuesday. It is National Carbonated Beverage with Caffeine Day. So it's not, a ginger ale day. It's not a Sprite day. It's not an orange soda day. Or pop, depending on where you're from, how you want to call it, soda or pop. Or both. Nope. It is carbonated with caffeine. Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Mountain Dew. Bring the caffeine. So that's a big day. I'm not supposed to drink any of that because, well, it's just empty calories and all that stuff. So, but I am a fan of the Coca-Cola. Gonna say that. I mean, if it's there, gonna drink it. If and here's the deal, Ralph is probably gonna chime in and give me some grief on that, or maybe he won't. Maybe he'll just be ashamed, hang his head, and go. I try to get him not to drink that stuff. So anyway, hopefully everybody's having a great day. Hopefully, we have a special guest in studio. We always said Jordan's here. She's the producer extraordinaire. But then we have Olivia from Jefferson County Vocational School. She is she's shadowing today as she's going around. So we might hear from her a little bit later on. We might hear from Jordan. Jordan's still working on having lost her voice at the pit game, in person at the pit game, and then probably yelling at the Steelers screen on Sunday as well. So she's recovering. She sounds better than she did yesterday. Yesterday, she sounded, what was it, Squeaker from the movie Toy Story? Or sound like the penguin from Toy Story? So we have that to cover. We also have, before we get started, I don't know if anybody plays Monopoly. Anybody play Monopoly? All right, let's move the near mic over there next to Olivia and see. And Jordan's not talking apparently, so we'll look over. Jordan, you're in the center, right? Yeah. Oh, we're going to put it up. There we go. All right. Do you ladies play Monopoly? Olivia, welcome. Welcome to the 9-Minute Phill-Up. Hello. You put your microphone over there. Okay. All right. There we go. Can you hear me? Okay. Yep. So, yeah. All right. So, do you play Monopoly? You're a Monopoly player. Have you ever played Monopoly?
Every now and then with my family, but I don't think I ever finished a full thing.
I'm not sure I've ever finished a full game of Monopoly.
Takes forever.
It does take forever because you're trying to create a Monopoly. Jordan, Monopoly player or no?
Sometimes.
It's
been a while.
All right. So Monopoly, everybody. It's National Play Monopoly Day. It's not just Monopoly Day. It's Play Monopoly Day. Iconic board game, Park Place, Boardwalk, Jail. You know all the deal. You know all the things that have been played by 500 million people since 1935. So it's a popular game. I think it's in the Hall of Fame. What is my hair doing? It's kind of like, it looks like it's mashed down or something. Haircut today, everybody. Haircut today. Just saying. Not that anybody cares, but I have to go. Let's see. So 1935, collect properties. You want to basically become the monopoly. You want to bankrupt your opponents. Original pieces. Now get this. What do you guys think of the original pieces? Would you have a favorite piece that you would play with? The original pieces, there were 8 of them. Battleship, boot, cannon, thimble, top hat, and iron.
I think I always used the thimble.
I always use the thimble too, though. I forgot there was a boot. I think the boot too.
All right, let me ask you ladies this. Why the thimble?
It's the coolest piece.
The thimble is the coolest piece, Jordan says? All right.
I think it's the novelty because a thimble, it's not that far from an actual thimble. It's just a smaller version of an already existing thing.
All right.
That's already pretty small.
Okay, then add it in. Let's see. Okay, and then added in race car, purse, lantern, and rocking horse.
I never saw the lantern.
I've never seen the lantern either. I have never seen the lantern.
Any of those.
I can't read what I wrote there. Oh, terrier. The terrier in 1940. It was added in 1940. Now, in 2017, top hat, battleship, race car, and dog, they were on the board. A cat was added in 2000. T-Rex, penguin, and rubber duck in 2017. I've never seen any.
Never saw that.
But there's so many versions now.
I remember the top hat.
The top hat. I've seen the top hat. Yeah. Now I will say this: my wife cheats at Monopoly. Just saying. To the point where don't really play Monopoly very often. Now because she was hiding the money under her leg. Like we were playing, I'm going, wait a minute, what is this? You don't have any money. How can you buy this stuff? You don't have any money. It's not up on the board. I can't see it. Oh, it was hidden. That's not fair. It's cheating. Isn't that cheating? It's cheating.
They they released a cheaters edition for the whole point of it. It's just a cheat.
Just a cheat, yeah. Well, I'll have to get her with that for Christmas or something. So, anyways, Monopoly Day. If you want to play Monopoly, again, it takes forever, or it seems to. I don't think I've ever actually made it to the end of the game. So, anyways, but it's fun. A lot of people love it. It's still around now. It's got you can do the Star Wars version of Monopoly. You can do. I remember when I was covering the Penguins, when I was up working in Pittsburgh at WPXI, they had I believe a Penguins or a Pittsburgh Monopoly came out. They had a version there. So a lot of different ways to play it. So if you don't want to play just a basic Monopoly, you can find something a little bit different, maybe something close to home where it might have interest you a little bit more. So we have that. That is one national day today. And the other national day, as I mentioned, National Carbonated Beverage Day with Caffeine. So here you go. Caffeine acts central nervous system stimulant, temporarily prevents drowsiness. 90% of North Americans consume caffeine each day. Sleep disruption, that's what happens. So, everyone said, they want us to get more sleep, the experts do. But, if we have the caffeine, you're not going to be able to sleep. It's going to be a mess. It's an absolute mess. You got to give up one to get the other, I guess. And who wants to give up the caffeine? Nobody. Everybody likes their caffeine. Nobody's going to. Caffeine, ladies, caffeine drinkers, coffee,
Yes.
beverage sodas.
I really enjoy Monsters, but
You're going hardcore caffeine.
Not really more for the carbonation. Just I think I just enjoy their flavors.
Oh, okay, all right.
If they release a less carbonated one, but it tastes the same, I'd probably drink those.
Well, it's all about Carbonated Beverage Day with Caffeine Day today. So enjoy, and hopefully you don't disrupt your sleep. We also have, courtesy of producer extraordinaire, Jordan, information on last night's Washington Capitals games. Ron Utter has checked in. We'll check back in with Ron and just say, let's check in with Ron first before we get to the Washington Capitals. When McDonald's has Monopoly, at least you win prizes. Yeah, that is true. I'll tell you what, when they come out with that, now I haven't been to McDonald's in a long time because, frankly, I just think it's gotten too expensive for what you get. So I haven't gone for a long time, but they do have that Monopoly thing where, you go in, you can win the fries, you can win the Big Mac, you can win $1 million if you get all the right game pieces and all that stuff. So just for that, you might have to take a shot. So Ron, you were on that one with the prizes. But yeah, that's a good one. That's a good Monopoly game. I like that. So now back to Jordan and Alex Ovechkin. Jordan very much following the National Hockey League, and she's questioning that, as I said, but it's true, Jordan. It's true.
I try.
Because I know you love the Penguins, but you're very frustrated with the Penguins right now because they're struggling.
Yeah.
I know you're a big fan of Connor McDavid and the Oilers, and you loved watching them in the finals last year, except it was frustrating because they got behind, then they came back, forced the Game 7, didn't happen.
Yeah.
And now Alex Ovechkin, you're not necessarily an Ovechkin fan, but he is on the precipice of history.
Yeah.
Let's just say that again, everybody. Can we say that all together? The precipice of history. That's just fun to say. That's just fun to say.
He is. He really is.
But he really is. Okay, Jordan, what's he getting right now? Jordan's voice is I don't want to make her talk more than she has to. What's he on the precipice of history of? Well, Wayne Gretzky, the great one, Wayne Gretzky, 894 career goals in the National Hockey League. Alex Ovechkin scored 2 goals last night. He's now at 868 goals. So you're thinking he's going to make it. He's going to finish it off. Well, in that game, he got hurt, had to leave the ice, probably be back. Hopefully it's nothing serious.
Right.
But it is absolutely amazing that that was one of those records where nobody thought anyone would ever get close to.
Right.
But I got to say, he is a machine.
I'm just a little upset that it's him.
Well, I know you wish it was Sidney Crosby. But maybe Connor McDavid will overtake him someday. He's off to a great start. Yeah, there we go. Can we buy a vowel? Yes, you can. Yes, you can, Ron. It's going to cost you a Monopoly piece. I will charge you $400 for the thimble, and then you can have a vowel. How about that? So Ovechkin getting close. He's what, about 20? How many
27 goals? To break it.
27 to break it. So. Olivia, you think he breaks it?
I'm not into sports.
Take a guess anyways.
Maybe.
All right. Solid maybe from Olivia. All right. And now some birthdays to talk about. How about this? And I'm going to tie this in with one of the stories we did earlier this morning. James A. Garfield, 20th President of the United States. Wow, I get no applause, no nothing. It was very silent. It's like, okay. Yep, all right. He was born in 1831, died 1881, 20th President of the United States. Wow. 50 years old, died. People didn't live very long back then. Tommy Dorsey, born 1905, died 1956, the trombonist. Tommy Dorsey Orchestra, big time. He was big time. I mean, you want to talk about big time musician. Larry King. Larry King, the journalist, the talk show host, 1933 to 2021. A garlic, his thing was garlic. He would tell you all about the garlic tablets because it was good for your blood pressure and your heart health. He'd sell anything. He also, one of his, now I would watch him every once in a while, interesting guests and everything. And then of course he had the big, I don't want to say dust up, but he insulted Jerry Seinfeld. Jerry Seinfeld came on the show and he said, so you basically finished up the show because it wasn't doing well. And Seinfeld was like, what are you talking about? We're the #1 show on TV. What are you talking? And he just let Larry King have it. And it was just, it's very uncomfortable to watch. Because, Seinfeld's letting him have it. And Larry's like, I'm sorry. Calvin Klein. If you have a Calvin Klein outfit on, maybe Calvin Klein shirt, towel, couch. I mean, he's designed everything. He was born in 1942, still alive. And then two of my favorite actresses, Jodie Foster, born in 1962, Academy Award winner, Silence of the Lambs, obviously, but she's been in a lot of really good stuff. And then Meg Ryan, everybody's favorite rom-com actress back in the 90s, When Harry Met Sally. What a great. It might be the top one. Jordan's going, I don't think so. I've got some other rom-coms I can throw out there. What's your favorite rom-com, ladies?
I don't.
It's When Harry Met Sally. It's
okay, sure, that's mine.
It might not. She was also in Sleepless in Seattle.
I'm more of a rom, not a com.
Sleepless in Seattle, Tom Hanks. And Harry Met Sally, Billy Crystal. A number of great scenes in that one. And so that was good. Brian checking in. He's getting right to the heart of the matter. He wants to talk football. He's done with birthdays and national days. The Steubenville beat Columbus Watterson. We'll find out Friday. I'm not climbing out on that limb and saying anything one way or the other at this point. I honestly don't know enough about Watterson. I understand that they're a very talented team. They're an undefeated team. I have not seen them play at all, other than literally a few seconds of highlights from last week. So I have not seen them play. So for me to actually make a educated comment on that, I would need to see some game tape. I haven't seen them. I just know they are very, very good from what everybody and people that I respect that follow high school football or coach high school football have said about them. So it is going to be hopefully an excellent game. Two teams that are undefeated. Two teams. Many people think this is the state championship game, that these two teams could have met in the state championship if they were in different regions, or at least in the state semifinal. So it should be a great game. Now, speaking of football, but before we go, we're not going anywhere yet. But so you have Meg Ryan, Jodie Foster. Well, how about this one? Jack Dorsey, 1976. Why is it you never heard of him? You never heard of him? I've never heard of him. I didn't hear of him until today. And I think Jordan actually pointed him out. Here's the deal. He is the co-founder of Twitter. Now, why does that tie in? Why does it tie into a story that we did earlier today? Here you go. Around a fifth of Americans get their news from influencers on social media. That's according to a new study by the Pew Research Center. As you might expect, it's the conclusion that it is linked to more younger people. Nearly 40% of adults under the age of 30 say they get their news from independent social media figures. Experts say this is problematic, and it really is, because it makes it easier for misinformation to be spread. Most established media brands, WTOV9, Sinclair Broadcasting, CNN, NBC, everybody, they have stricter editorial standards to employ, hopefully trained journalists, which makes them less likely to distribute misinformation. They're also easier to sue if they do give you misinformation. The biggest social media platform for news influencers, Jack Dorsey's Twitter. Now it's Elon Musk's Twitter. Jack Dorsey probably made how much did Elon Musk pay for Twitter? Like $1 billion or something like that?
I don't know. A lot.
So Jack Dorsey has his feet up somewhere going, hey, all right, I'm good. That's followed by Instagram and YouTube. So tied that in there. Then here's a question for you, Ron and Brian. Before we get to football, we're going to mention some football too. Here's one for you. Are you a hoarder? Are you a social media, digital email hoarder?
Yes.
All right, here it is. If you have an abundance of photos and unread emails on your devices, like your phone, computer, whatever, you may be a digital hoarder. According to a report, health experts describe digital hoarding as having too many digital files, such as text, emails, and photos.
Yeah, emails are a big one for me.
I try to delete my emails as much as possible. Ron checking in, he says, "Get my news from WTOV9. They are everywhere." Yes, we are. Yes, we are, Ron. Thank you for the support. We try and do our best. Thank you so much. Let's see. Back to the hoarding. They say holding on to those things may come from a fear of needing it at some point down the line. Ladies, is that something? If you're holding on to pictures or emails, do you think you're just going to need it down the line, or you just don't want to delete it? What do you think?
Yeah, definitely random like photos.
Okay. All right.
Emails I'm better with. I read them, but I just forget to delete them. I can't stand. My mom has like a bunch of emails that she just hasn't read, so her has like the red number. It's like in the thousands.
Jeez.
I don't know.
Got a lot.
She does it.
All right. That's Olivia joining us from the Jefferson County Joint Vocational School, JVS. She's here on a job shadow. Thank you very much, Olivia, for being here today. No Jordan says, I'm not talking about the hoarding issues online. Recent research from software company BuildFire found that roughly 80 apps are on the average smartphone. Ladies?
How many?
80 apps on the average?
Probably.
Really?
I mean, I don't think it's 80, but it probably is in the double digits somewhere.
Okay. All right.
I don't know.
See, I'm older, so I don't get into all
Maybe
that.
not.
But owners are only using about 9 daily or around 30 apps per month. To combat digital hoarding, health experts say recommend to unsubscribe from unwanted newsletters and email notifications, clear inbox of irrelevant or unread emails, and delete unused apps. All right. So there we go. Jack Dorsey from Twitter fame, the co-founder, bringing you that. How about this? Netflix. How about Ron? I know Ron and Brian might be interested in this. They'll be interested in maybe Thursday Night Football, Steelers and Browns. But come Christmas Day, Jordan, isn't it Steelers and Chiefs?
Yeah.
All right. And here's the deal. Steelers and Chiefs are going to be on Netflix. Why are we worried about that? Because they weren't able to handle the Mike Tyson-Jake Paul fight.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to be able to handle the Christmas stuff either.
Yeah. So, according to MGM, that fight took in 3 times the number of bets, 4 times the money of any combat sport in nearly 7-year history of the company. The vice president of trading for Caesar Sportsbook compared the volume of bets to an NFL Monday night game. 27-year-old YouTube star Jake Paul claimed victory over the 58-year-old former heavyweight champion Mike Tyson by unanimous decision. From what I understand, I did not see the fight. I heard there was a lot of buffering. It was really hard to watch because of the broadcast.
Yeah.
And then the fight was just kind of it was lackluster at best. But something that's not going to be lackluster at best. Olivia, a college football fan at all?
No, not much of a football fan. No sports. The only sports I really know how to play is baseball. Okay.
All right. We love baseball here. No doubt about that. Well, I just want to remind everybody this is coming up this weekend. It is a big weekend of college football. And it starts with just a huge game, biggest game in Indiana history. This Saturday, we have top 5 showdown as undefeated Indiana takes its 10-0 record into the Horseshoe to play 9-1 Ohio State. They are second ranked. Big noon kickoff pregame at 10 a.m. and it's followed by kickoff at noon. You can catch all the action on Fox 9. That is an absolutely enormous game for the playoffs for this year. Indiana, how about Indiana? 8 years, $72 million for the new head coach. They just gave him that contract. That's a good deal, I think. Yeah, I'm assuming 72 million over 8
I think
years
that would be pretty good.
I could live on that. I could retire after the 8 years. Well, you want to keep going? No, I'm
Mhm.
good. I got $72 million in the bank. All right, let's go to the game. Won't have to worry about the buffering.
That's what
a
I
good
said.
point.
That's
a good
what I
point.
said.
I know. Jordan's all. That's why you're the producer extraordinaire. You already know these things. Are you going to the game?
Well, I might
Do you
have
think
to
that?
now.
Do you think that's going to be a stocking stuffer gift from your parents?
No,
maybe?
but I might have to get my own tickets.
Ooh, Jordan making plans.
I may have
for
to. I may
Christmas.
have to. But if it's expensive, I don't think so.
When was the last game you went to? It wasn't expensive. Aren't tickets
I know,
getting
but
crazy?
by then they're gonna be crazy. I
Yeah.
think.
Well, you also see what they're doing for. They should both be very much in the thick of the playoff race still.
Oh yeah.
By then, yeah, it should be. It's gonna be huge. You should get tickets. If you think about it, get a couple.
I'm about to look it up right now.
Just I could use one of those as a stocking stuffer. All right. So, anyways, following that game, one of the hottest teams in college football. They're fun to watch. It is 17th ranked Buffaloes of Colorado taking on Kansas. Catch the action live on Fox 9 at 3:30 after the Ohio State game. Brian checking in with Ohio State needs a fast start and not complacent with Indiana. I agree. I think Ohio State needs to come out of the gates quickly. If they can put the foot on the throat of Indiana, maybe get up a couple of scores, then it becomes very difficult for Indiana. If Indiana can stay in their game the way they've played all season, they're going to be a tough out. I'll tell you what, this is not going to be an easy game. But if Ohio State gets off to a quick start, maybe off of a turnover, like Brian says, they can't be complacent with Indiana. This is the biggest game in Indiana history, and it's going to be played in the Horseshoe. And if they can get to 11-0, watch out for the Indiana Hoosiers. They've been great, but this will be their toughest test, obviously. And Ohio State, very much alive in the playoffs for the national championship and everything. It's an enormous game, and you can catch it on Fox 9 at noon. College basketball, anybody? How about this? It's another doubleheader day on NBC, WTOV 9 for college basketball and college football with the Irish of Notre Dame. The women's team will play at Southern California, taking on the Trojans of USC at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, live on NBC, WTOV 9. So that's women's college basketball at 4. And then after that, how about this one? We go to Yankee Stadium. The house that Ruth built is going to host 9-0 Army taking on 9-1 Notre Dame. You can see the action at Yankee Stadium live on WTOV 9 beginning at 7 o'clock in the evening. Army is really, really good. They don't have enough to beat Notre Dame. Notre Dame, they had their upset with Northern Illinois earlier in the season. Everyone thought that would derail their season. But if they can win this game and then beat USC out in California in their final game, they will be in the playoffs because they don't have to go to a conference championship game and have the opportunity to lose the second game. If they win these last two, Notre Dame will be in. They may even be a top 8 team, and they could host a game in the playoffs. So if you're looking for any more than that on Saturday, I don't know what to tell you. Just leave it. Get 2 sets, put one on Fox 9, put one on WTOV 9, and you can watch the games. You know what I can tell you? The fine folks at Valley Converting, our sponsor, we want to thank them for everything that they do for us.
Every piece of paper has a story. What if that story didn't end when you were done with it?
At Valley Converting, we turn your old paper products into recycled paperboard, continuing the story.
Locally owned and operated in Toronto, Ohio, bringing your paper to Valley Converting isn't just about recycling.
It's about supporting a cleaner, greener future for all of us.
We are here 5 days a week to help you make some green by going green.
And remember,
recycle for your future.
Again, we have to thank everybody at Valley Converting up in the Gem City, T-Town, Toronto, Ohio. It is your paper recycling place to be. If you need anything recycled, please give them a call. Recycling of paper products, that is their specialty. They will take care of you. Brian checking in. What are you guys, Thanksgiving plans? Anything exciting? All right, Olivia, we start with the guests. We have to start with the guests. Olivia, what do you have?
Well, we're not doing Thanksgiving on Thanksgiving Day this year.
That's kind of exciting.
Yeah,
it's different.
My mom's boyfriend is working that day.
Oh.
So my mom says she's planning to take us to either Bob Evans or perhaps Golden Corral.
Okay.
And we're actually having Thanksgiving dinner on a Sunday.
Oh, all right. Gotcha. I've done the Bob Evans in Breezeway on Thanksgiving Day. Had to go and cover. It was a good game. Steelers Ravens down in Baltimore, Thanksgiving Day, night game, driving down And we got to Breezeway. We're like, what are we going to do? Should we get something to eat? So we said, we'll stop at the Bob Evans. So we went in. You had two options. That was it. You had two options. You could get the breakfast meal, or you could get the turkey with stuffing, potatoes, the whole thing. So we went with the turkey and stuffing. It was wonderful. We had a little apple pie or a little pumpkin pie afterwards. So I highly recommend. I'm gonna have to recommend the Bob Evans to you on the Thanksgiving. So if you want to relay that to your mom, if that's what you guys want to do, I'll tell you what, it was good. It was good. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Actually, and then we went to the game, and I believe the Steelers won that night. Maybe they did. Maybe they didn't. I can't remember. I can't remember what it was yesterday, but they could have won. But yeah, it was good. We had a good time. We had a nice meal. Me and my cameraman. So that was nice. So just if you put that in your back pocket, if you're thinking about what you're going to do on Thanksgiving. All right. So Olivia's set. We got her ready for Thanksgiving Day at Bob Evans. And then she's having the big meal. She's having the family meal on Sunday.
Yeah.
So she's double dipping on Thanksgiving. That's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Jordan?
Just
waiting to see how it all plays out.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I know you'll be watching some football.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Be watching some football. It's the basics. It's the basics. I'm going to be here Thanksgiving morning. So hopefully, Brian, if you want to join us for the morning show, and then we'll go for there. The big thing that I get to do, my daughter is going to come back from college. We usually make cranberry nut bread the night before, and it's wonderful. It's wonderful. Then you take that the next morning, cut it up, little butter on it, and just let that melt in. Ooh, a glass of milk. And then when we do the turkey, she helps me with the stuffing. I usually handle the turkey. Grandma Reba, she taught me how to do turkeys way back in the day, and that's because she was only about 4 foot nothing. She couldn't reach the sink. I remember it was about 15. She's like, Billy, come here, get the turkey. We got to wash it out. We got to do this. So she had it, and then when I made it, I thought, all right, I have to remember this because that was fun. And all right, I'm gonna start crying if I start thinking about Graham. She's wonderful, the best. I don't know what's wrong with me. Can't get through it. Hey, it's a good day if you cry, right?
Yep.
Okay, all right. So Ron's back in. I buy Bob Evans mix in KFC with some Applebee's. All right. Ron is helping everybody out. He's spreading the wealth. I like that though. Yeah, go to get your favorites. Maybe you have a favorite thing at each one, then make your feast. That's a good idea. So yeah, that'll be my Thanksgiving Day. I do like to watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. I do like to check that out for a little bit, and the dog show. They usually have the National Dog Show, so that's always fun to watch. And then you can yell at the TV and go, "Are you kidding me? The Pyramids cannot win again this year. It is just a tiny little dog. It's a wonderful tiny little dog, but come on, the black lab always has to win, doesn't it?
Oh.
In my house, it does."
Mm.
I like the hunting dog, or not hunting dogs, but the sporting dogs, stuff like that. But specifically,
don't cry.
Angus and Sweets. Yeah, I know. If I start talking about Angus and Sweets, it'll be all over. It'll be a puddle of tears over here. Two of the best dogs ever. Absolutely. Two of the best dogs that ever walked the planet. We're going to end it there because it doesn't get any better than Angus and Sweets. All right. So, Brian, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to Valley Converting. Can't thank them enough. Always a lot of fun to do the 9-minute. The Chihuahua. The Chihuahua. All right, Ron. Ron going Chihuahua. All right. What's your Chihuahua? Do you have a Chihuahua? And do you have a name for the Chihuahua? And now I'm in. I'm in on Ron. I'm on Ron and the Chihuahua. I don't even know. I don't know. What would be a good name for a Chihuahua?
Shorty.
All right. Ron, going to 3, going to 2, going to 1. All right. We're not going to get a name today. All right. But we have to, we got to do this. Olivia, remember this. 2 rules. Always 2 rules. Have fun and always try your best. You do those 2 things, everything's good. Olivia, thanks for joining us on the Phill-Up. Hopefully you enjoy the rest of your shadowing today.
I will, and thank you so much for having me on.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for sharing what's going on. So we greatly appreciate it. Always fun. Oh, yes. All right, Ron. Lois Lane. I love it. Superman and Lois Lane. All right. All right, now, Rondi, you need to get another Chihuahua and make that Clark Kent or Superman. All right, I like it, Ron. I like it. Well, it's kind of early to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving, but let's do it anyways. Have a great Thanksgiving, everybody. I know we're more than a week away, but enjoy the holiday season and embrace your family and just have a great time with your holiday season. Wish you nothing but the best. And again, can't thank you enough for joining the 9-Minute Phill-Up. We greatly appreciate it. Remember the 2 rules: have fun and always try your best. Until next time, which is tomorrow at 10 o'clock. We'll see everybody. Thanks for joining us. Have a great